Good evening, guys. Ken at Tortoise Capital, nightly strategy podcast for April 1st, 2024. Here's an update from Constantine. He's using our intraday techniques for prop trading with the sniper. He lost approximately $1 million in funding from various prop firm rug pools. And so he's transitioned to futures funding firms only. He's back up to managing 300K of prop firm money within a week. And the important points, once you understand your trading framework, it's a skill that no one can take away. These are the numbers he generated today. 27 trades, 74% winners, average win, $200, average loss, 116. So basically 2-1, 3-1 winners, 2-1 payoff. Total profit $3,000 today. Max drawdown intraday with 385, so about a 9-1 profit factor. And that's his performance curve right there. Pretty reasonable. Standard work. All right, let's get into the hybrid swing 30-minute charts. And we'll start with Alcoa. All right, so this is 30-minute charts, Alcoa. So 3 days ago, we had the Kata 2 entry right here with a standard risk. And it closed well. The next day, it closed well. Today, gapped up, came back, held support, continued to go. So we added a second position. It rolled over and closed in the money. I was really close to exiting here, but I exited all of the other industrial companies like Caterpillar, International Paper, and XLI. So this is the one that I'm holding. And it's because we have such a nice cushion. But I will respect the Bollinger Band mean price level tomorrow as my stop. But that one's in pretty good shape. We've got a buffer of about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got about 8 R there and 2 positions. So we'll see. Artificial intelligence, AI. So this was a gap down below the previous belly of the RL10. So that's a collapsing dragon, standard risk, about half an hour after it bottoms out. So when it comes down to the, it sells off harshly and then starts making these higher lows. And then the R10 reverses and the winter goes into spring. We take the exit here at the edge of the dragon. Don't even let it get across the VWAP. Now, it really just stabilized right there, so that feels like the correct price. So tomorrow I'll be ready to break long or break short on about a 25-cent risk box in either direction. Caterpillar, closed that one. So we had the emerging dragon entry on this one, which is like a special form of the Kata 2. Only it's an emerging dragon because it's already above the previous peak of the RL10. So this is, If we'd have gotten the entry in here, it'd have been a kata 2. But because it's above that peak, that makes it an emerging dragon in terms of our nomenclature. This closed well. Friday, it really did well. Today, it gapped up, and I held it as long as I could, probably 2 or 3 bars too long. Probably should have gotten out here or here. I wanted it to work, but at this point, I had to get out. So that gives us about 3R. And it closed poorly and then stabilized right here. So we'll see. That would be a nice buy on dip opportunity. If we see strength in the industrials tomorrow, that would mean that we'd be looking for XLI and then strong support and follow through like Alcoa, CAT, IP. That little cluster could do well tomorrow. So we'll see. If that holds, I'm ready to get back in. By the same token, if that fails, I'm ready to play it to the 5-day anchored VWAP. 359 is probably the fair value, so that's a bit of a trade. If that breaks, then it comes all the way back to here to 350. That would be the second leg down. On the upside, all it has to do is get through the peak at 367, and then it's long gone. So I'd rather play it long, but I'm ready to go either direction. Cliff exited for about 3R. That's in that XLI series too. Chevron got a piece on the PSAR flip. Diamonds was a big seller today. So we get this double top. The RL30 rolls over. The PSAR flips. The VWAP is down. The Dragon is down. The PSAR is rolling over. Cats and dogs sleeping together. Short here. Standard risk. When the R10 reverses, take the exit at the skin of the dragon. 2R in the usual way. That is such a bread and butter trade. You should not be surprised when that happens. Disney missed the short span of control. Devon Energy, the energy sector was one of the few bright spots today. So that's an emerging dragon reentry. And what that looks like in practice, right, is nice big gap up, sells off to here, and then starts reversing intraday without ever having closed the gap. And so standard risk, following the VWAP, up we go. Here's where the R10 peaks. So I take the exit at the skin of the dragon. 2R. Emerging markets collapsed along with the big indexes today. So it started the day with the big gap up. Rolled over, came through the VWAP. So I get short, standard risk. Sells off harshly, starts to recover. Here's where the R10 reverses. I take the exit at the skin of the dragon. 2R. Stop me if you've heard that before. Ethereum, that would also be the standard play if you were trading the currency directly. I thought hard about this as an entry. It was so close to the end of the day, but that's where the support level is. You get a strong move here. You get a double strong move there. You get a strong move there. So there's something about 25 with about $1 risk. And you would play it to the 5-day anchored VWAP or the top of the dragon, top of the RL10, 5-day high. That's what tomorrow looks like. Mexico, standard work, collapsing dragon, 1R. Here's where the R10 bottoms out. I was late getting out of this one. I thought it had more weakness, but it made a run up instead back to the daily VWAP. That was sloppy exit. Mexico, I'm sorry, that was Mexico. This is Brazil. This was the big deal of the day. Collapsing dragon short breaks through the 5-day anchored VWAP, breaks through all of the resistance and support, I should say. Second position, here's where the R10 reverses. Take the exit of everything at the edge of the dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 makes 5. Intel closed the swing trade from the 1, 2, 3. This was a 1, 2, 3 entry way back in the day. It had gapped all the way down and started to reverse, speculated in, and that one position has just crushed. 10, 11. IP, no trade. Real estate, collapsing dragon short for 2R, the usual exit. Coke, half an hour, usual. Regional banks, 2R, usual trade. McDonald's, fraction. Merck, no trade. Microsoft, no trade. I missed the long. Marijuana. So this bottomed out early and gave me a 1, 2, 3. And it was showing relative strength compared to the other one, so I speculated in. It closed pretty well, so it's holding 2R. And we'll see how that works tomorrow. That was almost a counter market trend. Nike, no trade. I missed the short. Nvidia, no trade. Missed the short. Clean energy. This, like marijuana, was the 1, 2, 3 long. Those two are 2 of the 3 best intraday traders. So I always I try to get on them when they're moving. Palantir, I'm speculating on this one. This has been an enormous sell-off here. That's about a 15% sell-off. And it held support and gave me a 1, 2, 3. So I tried it, and it closed right about here for about 0.3. I'm going to hold that one and keep the stop right here, and we'll just see. They've been getting a lot of DoD business. Rivian, same thing, bottomed out at a logical support level. I'm holding about an R. We'll see. Tesla. What? The treasuries just collapsed today. Wow. Your treasury trader tomorrow could be a nice recovery. Tesla. 1, 2, 3 reversal in the morning. So I speculated and had a great last hour. So that one actually gave me some optimism for tomorrow. So I decided to hold that because all it did was fight its way back to the 5-day anchored VWAP. And we'll see what we get. Walmart was a 2R short. US Steel caught a 2 re-entry and holding about an R at and it closed above the previous peak of the RL10. So I actually like that as a sign of strength. And then the industrials sold off sharply. I'm holding that. I really don't like that trade, but I think there may be one more spike down in the morning to the VWAP, and then we'll see what we get. Somebody asked, I'm talking to Constantine to see if we can tear him away from his prop trading to have him do a quick workshop on that one, a specialty interest workshop. For those of you that are interested in trading other people's money with a proven system. Let's see. So this is Sniper Trades. This is 3-minute. This is EWZ, Brazil. Here's the open right here. It sells off. That's an OR3 entry short, standard risk. It just slides all the way down. Coming into the lunchtime, it reversed, was starting to reverse. That was enough to bank 4R, and it felt correct. This is its partner in crime, Mexico. Here's the OR3. There's a PSAR break, standard risk. It also just sold off hard. I took the PSAR exit here. About 3.5R. There was another trade in here available, but I didn't get it. Check the traders. For those of you turning in late, that's Constantine's performance from today with the prop trading system he's used. Basically a sniper. Might want to screenshot that. This is Eugene on the 5 minutes using an OR5. Tries the long, stop and reverse, considered a second position, took the exit, I think, here, and nets 2.6. Perfectly framed, perfectly executed on Bitcoin. Remember, on the big gaps means that it's in place, so a directional move is the least surprising move of all. Let you take a screenshot of that. And you can download it from the chat room too. All right, this is Jonathan. Looking good here. We've got, we talked through some issues with the open. So there was an opportunity in here to get a little earlier entry, but he does get the collapsing dragon off of here. Preserves the win, gets the Kata 2 re-entry. This might have been, we might have done better here. And then re-entered here instead of here. And he tries one venture long. This should be a stop and reverse right here. He does take it here. And gets a small fraction. This is fine. This is fine. On this pinch, we can be getting short right here. This is still pretty good, But when you have that pinch, I see you've got that color coded for the pinch condition in the Bollinger Band main. And especially because we're already below the VWAP, we can get this short here rather than here. And that improves our performance quite a bit. And then, was there another one? Oh, there's more. I love this re-entry and Hulk smash. That's good stuff. So good day at work. Some refinements could improve the performance, but it feels like you're getting your arms around it. Ilker 1.2 correct here with EWW. There's a second entry available here. KRE 1.2, nice job there. There's a re-entry available if needed. And 2R in Nike on the weakness. Man, that's just classic. That's 4.4 for the day. And pretty nice target shooting right there. George, maybe we get a better entry on this one, I think. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe you got your open and it's selling off right here. That may be a better short than this. Although I like it's a continuation short. But then in my view, when this bottoms out right here and immediately reverses, you got a 1, 2, 3 right here. I think your better exit is right here rather than waiting for the PSAR, because this is supposed to fail. And when it doesn't, that's enough. And the R10 reverses right here. So you want to get out at the skin of the dragon anyway. And I think we could make a fractional improvement there. And final one here. Yeah, that's a good exit. No sense waiting for the full R loss. That's supposed to fail right away when it doesn't. Good exit. Excuse me. Let's look at the reports here. All right, so we still have bullish normal. 1 day of weakness today, but volatility is favorable. Energy is crushing it. There's Chevron, ExxonMobil. Yeah. But otherwise, pretty gloomy day. Sorry. Just a couple in the ETFs making favorable auto framers. Agriculture just continuing to gain on inflation. Gold, the defensive play, all-time high. Uranium and oil. So it's all the specialty plays, energy, metals and mining. In the Dow, Devon Energy, no surprise. Chevron, no surprise. Nucor in the metals and mining. Verizon, ExxonMobil, no surprise there. 3M in the industrial sector at 5.41. That's got to get on our short list. Yes, sir. God dang it, where was I today? Should have had that. That's a 4% move off the bottom. So we're going to add 3M to the list in the industrial. Um, just a handful of auto framers and IBM and AXP as the squeezes. Big directional move today is what that means. Still mostly in the summer and a few in the fall. And broad-based selling with the exception of energy and metals. Tesla, marijuana, clean energy remain the top three by a long shot on the ratio. NVIDIA is starting to move up into the channel now. Look at this, the other ones. ExxonMobil, Nucor, oil, and Devon Energy. That's your energy and metals. That's why you got to pay attention to that sector because they can move on their own accord while the rest of the market is broadly suffering. It's because they are such narrowly focused industrial sectors. Yeah, just the market just showing evidence of cooling off. Still strong, but coming back into sort of like a normal grind. So we got to keep finding our short-term cyclic winners. Okay. All right. That's everything for today. Congratulations to Iowa getting to the Final Four. I'm going to go watch the replay of that one and enjoy that game. Take good care, fellas, and we shall see you later.